Hello, and welcome to Project Shadow. My name is Charlie. You might know me better as sci-fi fantasy writer C.E. Dorset, and you might have noticed that I've been quiet for a while. It's not that I haven't had anything to say, it's that I didn't know what to say. Words fail at inopportune times. And that's very frustrating for someone like me who's a writer and who prides themselves on their ability to write and put words together and thinks that they're rather jolly good at it, or at least not bad. And so I've said a lot of stuff on Twitter, but there's a difference between typing and speaking. There's an intimacy, a personalness about using your own voice and actually using your voice that's different. And right now, everything feels so different. Everything feels so changed. It's been a strange place to live in, and I almost feel like I've fallen into an episode of The Twilight Zone. And I know everybody's feeling the same thing. But we have Nazis marching in our country. Like actual Nazis. Like with swastikas and everything. Marching. And we have a president who's okay with that. And I'm not okay with that. And I'm not okay with that on so many different levels. Like, no, we're the country that fought the Nazis. But I'm also just not okay with that. Like, it does something to my head. It does something to my mind. It breaks me to think of Heather Ayer's family and everything that they're going through right now. And I lack the skill for this. I really do. I didn't post much last week because we had a president who was threatening nuclear war with North Korea that would cause millions of South Koreans and who knows how many of Japanese people to die. Not to mention how many American soldiers. And I felt like I couldn't just be like, well, on Game of Thrones, through that. Like, I wasn't even in my personal life. Like, it just shut me down. And then over the weekend, the Nazis. I mean, But I realized that that's what they want. There's a wonderful book that came out a while ago called Disaster Capitalism, which is based on this idea that what you ideally want is for a situation of pure and utter chaos so that you can swoop in and change all the laws that you want without anybody noticing, because they're all distracted by everything else. And I feel like that's the world that I'm living in right now. And I can speak out. My senator is going to be coming to my hometown soon, and I'll probably go to that. It depends on whether or not I feel safe enough to go, because being a transgendered queer person in America's heartland is not exactly the safest thing to be. So I don't know. I have to kind of feel it out at the time and see if I feel safe going. And that is the problem. That is what's wrong with all of this. We don't talk anymore. That's why I wanted to do this episode today. That's why I wanted to use my voice. We need to learn to talk again. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I'm sick and tired of this crap. People who think they're better than other people. Why would anyone ever feel that they're superior to anybody else? We've all done such stupid things in our lives. We've all messed up and just done unconscionably, unmitigatedly stupid things in our lives. Nobody's special. Nobody's free from that. Like, we don't want to hear it, but that's what the preachers meant when they say all have sinned and come short of the glory of God. You know what? You have. We have. All of us. We all think of that one thing we're ashamed of. That one thing that we did that we wish we could take back. If only there was a time machine. If only, if only, if only. Every time you say if only, you're admitting that's true. Every time you say I should have, that's true. So how can anybody view themselves as superior? How can anybody view themselves as better than? Especially over an insignificant thing like the amount of melanin in your skin or where your ancestors are from. I got family from Ireland. I got family from England. I got family from the Netherlands. I got family from France. That doesn't make me special. You know what that makes me? Somebody descendant of English, Irish, French, and Dutch people. There are a lot of those people. And while I'm not saying that you shouldn't be proud of what you are, where you come from, I have a lot of pride in my Irish heritage. I have a lot of pride in being gay, being transgendered, because that makes me part of something bigger than me. But it doesn't make me better or worse than anyone else. It doesn't. It doesn't make any one of us better or worse than anyone else. We are who we are because of a strange genetic lottery that caused us to be born in this particular body. And I'm not going to get into the spooky stuff because I know some of you people don't like it when I get into the spooky stuff. But that's all that it is, people. My parents are my parents because my mom and dad had sex and I'm here. You are who you are because guess what? Your mom and dad had sex. And that's why you're here. Unless you're the product of in vitro fertilization. And then elements from your mom and your dad had sex in a petri dish, and that's why you're here. Doesn't make any of us special. Doesn't make any of us less than. And I can't wrap my head around any of this. Because I don't understand feeling superior. And maybe it's because I have self-esteem issues. I know it's not because I'm some enlightened being who just doesn't understand why anybody would think that they're better than others. No, it's because why? We are who we are. Each and every one of us is who we are. That's why I love that when they attack people like us, they call us special snowflakes. You know what? We are, each and every one of us. We're beautiful, we're unique, and we're fragile. Human life is fragile. It can be taken away in the snap of a finger, in the strike of a car. It can just go away. Why would anyone ever think they're better than others? Why would anyone ever think that they're so special, that their lineage is so special? We're all human. We all came from Africa. We're all dirt, and we'll all be dirt again. for all of my angry brothers, sisters, and siblings out there, for all of my broken sisters, brothers, and siblings out there, for all those in the sound of my voice who are hurting either from anger or sadness or depression or loss. We cannot let them win. We cannot give them the satisfaction of tearing us down. We cannot give them the satisfaction of lording their pretend superiority over any of us. We have to stand up. We have to stand out. We have to speak out. It's a wonderful statement that I say all the time. My little Larry Kramer on the inside of me has just been shouting it for 2 weeks. Silence equals non-existence. Silence equals non-existence. Silence equals non-existence. Speak up. Act out. Act up. Traditionally, they would end that with stop AIDS or fight AIDS. But the first two parts of that are so important. Speak up. Don't let that off-color joke just go by. I don't care what they call you. I don't care what they call me. People think I'm always so sensitive because I don't like humor based on cruelty. Well, you know what? It's not funny if you punch down. It's never funny if you punch down. It's one of the greatest things that you need to know about humor. Humor is only funny when you punch up. Oh, what just happened? My fist went up into the air. Why? Because when you punch up, that is a sign of resistance, of resilience. We fight the power, no matter what that power is. Hate is a powerful thing. But I don't hate these people. And you shouldn't hate them either. That's what they want. That's how they win. I pity them. They're so insecure. They're so hurt. They're so fragile that they have to lash out and harm others and pretend that they're better than others. Hitler couldn't paint people, so he had to kill 13 million people. How insecure is that? A pathetic little child. Pathetic man-child. Not something to be hated, it's something to be pitied. That horrible, horrible creature hated themselves so much that they had to murder millions. And it's always the case. From Stalin to Mao Zedong to Pol Pot, all of them, their own insecurities drive them to this. They are objects of pity. They can't love themselves, so they hurt others. They hate others, so they don't feel the hate that they have for themselves. I'm sorry, Mr. President, if your father didn't show you the love and respect you thought you deserved. But let me tell you a secret that I've learned in life. None of us deserve respect. Respect is earned, and when it's not given, to hell with the person who didn't respect you. Just let it go. That's their problem, not yours. Let it define you. Who loves you, who hates you. How weak, how pathetic you have to be to define yourself by what you perceive as the weakness of others. Be yourself. And when I see these hollow shells of pretend humanity walking around, I feel sorry for them. They're so broken. They're so broken that they don't even see where they're broken anymore. They've walked on those broken legs for so long they don't realize how misshaped they are. They are sources of pity. Stay strong, my sisters. my brothers, my siblings, stay strong. Hate burns out. It burns hotter than the fuel. It consumes itself. It eats itself up until it can't stand anymore. It doesn't mean that we don't do anything. We take action. We protest. We speak out. We stand up. We act up. But we keep ourselves safe. We hold close to those that we love. We build communities around it. Don't be defined by what you don't like. It's the one thing that upsets me the most about Antifa. Anti-fascists. I'm not anti-fascist. I pity fascists. It doesn't mean I don't stand up to them. But I am not going to let them define me. You see, if I call myself anti-fascist, I'm putting their name in my identity. I am not naming myself after my enemy. I'm not going to do that. I'm pro-freedom. I'm not anti-fascist. I'm pro-freedom. Stand up for freedom whenever freedom is challenged. Whoever's freedom is challenged. I'll take that to my name. Charlie Freedom Dorsett. I'll take it. Because freedom is what this is all about. Love is what this is all about. Community is what this is all about. These thugs think that they can walk around with their tiki torches, their white polo shirts and khaki pants and scare us. Oh, honey, we all love a little cosplay. It's just your cosplay is weak. Did you see that guy that dressed up as a Transformer? Man, that took some skills. I mean, for goodness sakes, at least go to a Party City and buy yourself a decent costume if you're going to cosplay. I mean, why not? But really, they define themselves by what they hate. And they try to say, no, I'm not against other people, I'm just pro the white race. First of all, no such thing as the white race. Made up term. Or I guess to put it in language that they can understand, fake news, fake word. It's not a real thing. Caucasian, not a real thing. We all came from somewhere, and that place is Africa. And we spread, and we mixed, and we spread some more, and then we mixed, and we spread some more, and we mixed, and we spread some more, and we mixed, and then we migrated and mixed, and spun around and mixed, and the world is not. We are made of one blood. There's one human race. I'm not going to let any weak sauce cosplayer try to take that away from me or from anybody else. We are strong when we are together. You know what? They're weak when they're together. They have nothing to hold them together. They're like children huddling around a fire because they're afraid of the night. They're just huddling around their little nightlight, their little tiki torches, afraid of the darkness all around them. Oh, the evil stars are twinkling. Those might be the eyes of monsters. That doesn't hold people together. That doesn't hold a community together. That doesn't build anything. All you have to do is say boo real loud and they run. Stand up. Act up.